Welcome back, everybody, to week number 4 of the Crawl Cosplay Sudden Death Tournament. If we take a look here, we are now into the week 4, which is an ReNe. Okay, so if we take a look at there, what are we dealing with today? Let me turn up the mic a little. Just there. Okay, cool. So that is a Revenant Necromancer. The bonus 1 is collect a rune before entering lair. And bonus 2 is get a rune from hell before entering any other rune branch. So before any... Okay. So this one's a tough one if you're trying to go for bonus 1 and 2. So if you read 1 and 2 of bonuses, they kind of overlap. Because to get bonus 2, the rune that you got in bonus 1 has to be from hell. So that's going to be really tough. Of course, if you're doing that before entering lair, this one of all the weeks so far is the most that suggests a no lair win, and the least supports an ascetic rune, which is tough. Now, of course, at this point in the tournament, I've done all right. I've kind of kept in that 20 to 22 range. Had some mistakes here and there, as we've seen in other videos, but generally speaking, I'm okay with how I've played. There's, stuff I could have fixed, but I haven't just bombed out in D5 or something. Nothing dramatically bad. But the point is that I've just kind of collected points as I've could. But what I'm looking for now is probably just a clean win. And maybe getting some bonus points along the way if it works out. So this one's going to be a tough one, though. If we take a look, the gods are Ru, Che, and Kiku. Now, the Necromancer start does align with Kiku. Also, Kiku and Necro could lead, plus the Revenant part could lead to 15 rune shenanigans because of... the various classic kind of defensive resistance synergies you get from being an undead style creature. That being said, Ru is often a good god, although sometimes I personally am not a huge Ru fan, but people generally speaking like it. And Che is also a very powerful god if you play it right. So that's a thing as well. But as we can see here, even... just on this first full day of play time, we're seeing some bad times from a lot of people. I actually checked out the Mian team, who is up till this point one of the top maximizers of it. Doing literally everything. They died very similar to what I died last week, where they went into Orc, 2. Before they had the magic resistance to wash away the paralyzes, and he died from a paralyze trap situation. So, this is a very risky build. Revenants are not too bad. Necromancers are a little rough of a start. I have a video that I'll be premiering on the channel. Well, I guess it's in real time. I've already recorded it. It's ready to go. But in your time, who's to say, because of all the scheduling shenanigans of this whole tournament being pushed around. Anyway, we're going to want to get to this. Oh, dang. Roga died too. It's a shame. The host of the tournament himself. And viewer, I suppose, occasionally. So, let's just jump in. See what happens. So we're going to be a Revenant, and we're a Necromancer. So let's take a look. Let me just kind of set up some defaults here. I'll make some decisions in a sec. But what's a Revenant? You're immune to poison. So that's what I'm talking about by stuff like undead, kind of resistance synergies. They often have a similar look and feel. You have sharp fingernails. Actually, I have a win on the channel. I think it's posted by now, where I'm a Revenant Berserker. And I did an unarmed Revenant Berserker. So like that, the sharp fingernails. Cold resistance is always nice. Low magical capacity is a little tough. The classic undead style species resist negative, are immune fully. And then the E is immune to unholy pain and torment, which is your kind of like long game synergies for 15 runes that I was talking about. And then this one's an interesting one. You perform a melee attack whenever you cast damage dealing spells. And so basically, as long as the spell is a damage dealing spell, you get a bonus melee attack if that's to happen. I wouldn't trust that as like a core mechanic of your character. I would just suggest knowing that it exists and otherwise playing like a normal character. The chances of that becoming a core synergy that's like beneficial to you and not putting you at risk is very low, especially if you're a caster. So that's like the case. That being said, Necro is like one of the kind of build paths that is like nice for like a melee character with support. And so if I suppose it's pretty rare, but like if you're doing some sort of like AoE damage dealing spell while things are around you, you get a bonus attack. But like other than that case, like don't run into that. And then G, you will be able to burn memories to enhance your damage dealing spells. And so basically as you kill things, you build up like a counter, and then you can use it to like buff your spells for a period of time. And if and when we get to that point, and if it's relevant, we'll cover that. But a lot of ifs there. So what are we going to do here? Well, we're Necro to start, which means we get Soul Splinter. I suppose I could start with Necro and kind of go from there. I'm probably gonna lean to build a melee character and then go from that point on as a base. In terms of weapons, unarmed is +1. The rest are -1s. -1s aren't too bad. I could probably default into unarmed combat, and then see what happens. I suppose, that being said, like -1 on axes or pole arms or something, and then being a Necromancer isn't the worst. So that's maybe a better choice. It's a tough one. Let's definitely pump up that fighting. And let's cap off the dodging. I will... Let's see. I'm going to pump to like 4 fighting. And I can improve this Necro a little bit. I don't know if I want to double up on Necro, though. I suppose. Let's just kill a few things. And then see what weapons appear. I'm not in love with how there's a bunch of creatures on us now here. Okay, so we got a whip. Whips are okay for a starting itemry. It lets us kind of have an open-ended start here. That being said, there's a spear. I might just want to jump into that spear right off the top. 6 at 1.1 versus 6 at 1.1, so it doesn't actually matter, and it's just worse because of the reach part of it. The question is, do I start training pole arms or axes? That's the question. Pole arms work nicely with Necro. So maybe I start with pole arms and we go from there. It's a little too much there. I would like to get some armor on me. Something a little better here. So 4%, 5%, all good. If I wanted to min-max my turn count there, I would have inspected, but I knew that the leather would be perfectly fine to swap. I'm gonna pull back, get in line here. A little bit too much action. Okay, I can Graveclaw now, which is a great emergency ability. A longsword of a Lek and a chainmail. Interesting. 11 at 1.4. See, that's a really good weapon. That's a tough one. Let's see what's in this book. Okay, some kind of mid to end game stuff. It's kind of like the explosion stuff. I'll pick up the chainmail. I don't think I want to throw down that chainmail just yet. So the longsword is okay. I'm not like a dex build, so I don't think I'm going to pursue it. So we'll just leave it at that. I'll carry it around for a bit here. Okay, let's get this going even further here. Another book. Apparently they really want us to explode everything. It's all these kind of explodey style books and spells. I'm going to pull back a little here. It's going to pull back. I have R poison, but might as well while I have the spear. I'm going to try to save Graveclaw if I can. I don't think my shapeshifting is great. Where is it? Oh, can I not even shapeshift? Yeah. I think that was the thing I realized with my Revenant. You can't, you're like immune to a lot of things like shape-shifting and form changing. Okay, some poison. So we've got a staff here of elk, could be relevant. The resistance part isn't relevant, but I mean, I think elk is okay. I don't think I'm going to be doing it though. Yeah. Our spells aren't the best today so far. Why do I know shock? I don't think I ever learned shock. Something going on here? Weird. Is that a memory thing? I'm unsure about that. I don't believe I learned shock, but okay. So this is a little dangerous here. I'm not gonna let them just like spear me to death. I'm just gonna go down a different down and begin from this side. Put on some better gloves. I'm gonna settle out on the Necro maybe a little here. Maybe cap off spell casting here. And yeah, maybe I don't know. That's okay. Do a little bit more playing here. See, I want to leash them down into a way I can control a little better than what was set up to be there for me. Definitely not that way, though. Ooh, that was a little annoying. So I'll stick around until, yeah. So we'll just let them fight it out here. All right. Oh, that was a catch. It's Graveclaw just to deal with it and reset there. Okay. All those spears and none of them were better than a baseline. Ooh, a grinder. Not great, not great. I think I'm going to try to run this out. Have him a little distracted, maybe. Been paralyzed. Okay, I'll Graveclaw. Cool. All right, so I've been triple enkindled. You can see it with the like light up there. Another staff. What do we get? Conjuration. Not bad. I'm not necessarily Conjuration today. Quite unlikely, actually. But, hey, it's there. Pick it up. Cool. Just pull one up. Ooh, okay. Let's try a different down. Want the two, kind of line them up. I'm not necessarily scared of the poison stuff because, well, I'm immune to poison, but I'll play it safe anyways. Interesting. Okay, so I can buy these to know them and then have them. The question is am I going to be doing the bonuses today? And if I am not, that is, can this be an aesthetic rune? Because if I'm doing the bonuses, there's no way this is an aesthetic rune. Just gonna pull one guy up. And so who knows what next week is? So I should try for aesthetic rune every chance I get. I'm just going to let one more at me. There you go. Get them in a row. Summon some help. Okay. And let's go down a different down. Wonder if I can hit him. No, he's in the way. I could maybe try to poison here. Can I Graveclaw? Not yet. Oops, I did not mean to move up one. I kind of want to let one more walk occur. And then go up so I can just get him up. Ring mail. I'll pick this up. I don't think I want to wear it yet, but it's coming up here. Animate dead is getting there, so let me learn that, and I'll swap. Actually, I like it on E. Let's go to a different down. I'm going to pull back to the stair. I'm going to summon this guy. I'm going to Grave Claw. I just want all this to die here. One more. Okay. And I kind of just want one guy up. Cool. What did he drop? Poison darts. Take it. Different down. So that guy has a war axe. I could probably pick it up, and the boomerangs doesn't hurt either. So now I have like a cleave that is cross-trained. Another ring. Might as well just pop it on. Increases my power level of my spells a little. Not quite in animate dead territory, but we're getting there. And we have our temple. What do we get? We did get Kiku. We did not get Rue. And what was the other one? Che. I think at this rate, I think I go Kiku. I don't have a great experience with Kiku, but it's enough that the synergy works. And we can build up our Necro alongside of our kind of melee body and go from there. So we will do that. And it's good we got an early Kiku, D4. Well, we've been shafted. What I was about to say, by the way, I don't think any of those can open doors. Oh, I guess the imp can. A Grave Claw. Okay. Just gonna, oh, hello. Gonna get in a row, might as well. Jackals aren't too bad nowadays, but what was I saying? Oh, it's good that we got Kiku early. It gives us a better opportunity to cap it out and get a point for the cap of Kiku, of a God Piety. Ooh, I did not like that. Let me Grave Claw. Some. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I would have Vampiric Drain if I wanted in that condition, in that scenario. I'm gonna run away from this though. I want to get stairs. Like I'm not trying to clear this floor just yet. Oh, this is not great either. Shock could be okay, but I don't want to do the full engage at this moment. I'm trying to pull away here and get some stairs. Oof. Okay, this is getting real bad. I'm going to double check what this does. Okay, so I can pop this to start doing some spell slinging here. And I'm going to shock everything out of here. Question is, do I go south or right? I'm going to continue to run. Do one more shot this way. Oh, it's even worse. Okay. I need to find my teleport. Oh god, and I'm XL7. Oh, I didn't realize this was it. And he's got a spear. I basically have to hope one of these is fear, or one of these is a healing potion and I survive whatever's coming for me. I think I gotta go Q. Dang. And I'm dead. Well, okay, this was real rough. I will say I had a lot of options here, I suppose. Very loosely played. I got shafted, so that wasn't great. I did try to find my exits. Clearly they weren't here. I didn't go right because we saw that there was the ghost plus the ice beast, which we've now encountered. I had a decision point just south here where I could go south or right. The whole tile situation scared me on the bottom, like as if that was like an altar, and therefore a dead end. That kind of scared me. I suppose the logic could have been I could have headed south because these are where these mobs came from, so there was a lower chance that more mobs would have been that way, at least for a little bit. And then, of course, worst case scenario, we popped around to the right, and not only did we encounter mobs, but there was a priest. And so, rough, very rough. I don't think I'm going to get... I'll have 1 point because I killed Grinder. But I didn't enter or end any branches, and so this is just a clear 1 point night. Week. Rest in peace. I mean, there are thousands of things I could have done. This is not a situation like last week where I get dropped down and paralyzed on the way up. Where I read some comments and I agree. Had I expected paralyzed to occur, which might have been signaled by the murmuring text, in that scenario, I could have done something like a fear, I think was an option, or fogging to break line of sight, perhaps, although I don't really trust fog that much. But in this case, I was shafted, and I could have tried to engage the dudes down on the bottom left when I first saw them. I could have... I mean, I do like that I tried to run away a little bit. Sometimes you can break it up. That being said, maybe I could have, when we were over here, I could have leashed them as I did, but instead of trying to escape for an up, uncontrolled, maybe I could have looped this way and either killed one at a time during the chase or ran back this way. That could have been a possibility. Like, the real mystery here is what's down here. Because if there's no stairs, let's say it like draws a wall here and it's just like done, and maybe there's an altar down here or something. If that's just the situation, well then I wouldn't have really learned anything this way. Because as you can see here, the path would have continued and I would have just been... Basically, I was trapped in a box where there was these gnolls. The ice dude, I did get the undead guy come, and that was a surprise moment too. That's what really kind of screwed me over. Not that it killed me. Of course, I was able to kill it and get rid of its blockade that was right here. But at that point, it was just me and Knowles. And then all of a sudden, boom, it was there. But no matter what, if there's no way out of this part, which there probably is, but if there isn't, I would have had to deal with Orc Priest regardless to escape here. And so I don't know. If I could rewind time, results oriented thinking, there's many things I could have done here. But in the moment, I was doing the chase game here, maybe made a wrong decision going right instead of north and full looping. But at this point, when the ghost came, I was kind of stuck because this side was covered and the ghost was coming. So my goal was, as you saw, I was trying to run here and I was going to make a decision. Where do I go at this point? But at this point, the ghost is here. I have to kill the ghost. I'll use my Revenant ability, break it out, and then see if I can survive this. Then maybe I'll have some decisions. And then I got to this point and it's like, okay, there was another decision point. Should I have gone south or north? I think now we know no matter what, I should have gone south in this moment. But that, once again, results-oriented thinking. But I think the most critical part was I had the safety knowledge of this. I should have done a full loop and tried to snipe them out. And then if an emergency occurred in this sniping pattern, I would then come this way and press my luck here, because the press my luck here is a better press my luck than here, even without knowing, like if you cover up the fact that we know that there's a priest here. This is just a generic unknown at that point, whereas this is an unknown where I have mobs that are already on me and we're here. So like mob density kind of thing. Anyway, I talked far too long about stuff that doesn't matter other than learning for the future. Thanks for watching this very short week. It is what it is. I had hoped at least to get like 3 or more points, maybe gotten to Orc 1, maybe jumped into Orc 2 like last week, just lock out 3 points and then go from there. But it's not this week. Thanks for watching. See you next week. I'm probably going to post a fill-in series between now and week 5 just because of time now. This will only consume 1 day of a potential 7-day time span. So hopefully you enjoy whatever I insert in between now and then, and hopefully week 5 is a little bit less depressing of a start and unfortunately an end. Thanks for watching, everybody.